Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to our final game of the day. Caleb Brown here. It has been such a pleasure to be here live at Space Coast Junior Senior High School, home of the SSAA Class 1A state champions, Jake Owens and the Space Coast Vipers. We have the Okechobee Bulls taking on the Space Coast Panthers in the 12U game. Space Coast is sending 4 teams to the Super Bowl. Will they make it number 5? Well, you're going to have to stick around and find out right here on the Brevard Sports Network. There's the kick. Final game of the day, and here we go. Maybe now that the sun's gone down, maybe I can see some of these numbers. Those reflective numbers in the sun all day have been killer on me. Okechobee gets the ball, lines up in the I formation, gives it to the fullback. The fullback trying to fight his way up the middle, pushing the pile, and finally being stopped for a 2-yard gain. That was number 5. Number 5 in. That was Camion Browdy. Gives it once again. And Browdy's going right back up. And Browdy get a couple of yards on the play. And number 7 looks to be the quarterback. That's Mason Cruz. Cruz gets the call from his coach. Now goes under center. And he'll pick up a nice little gain there. And it will be 4th down and about 4. 4th and 4 here. As the Bulls, not big in size, but, you know, they look pretty tough. I'll say that. I like the fact they come out and run smash mouth football. Under center. Play action, and actually that's number 0. Making people miss, and he will pick up a 1st down. Okay now. Okay. They said, you got to watch a bunch of us. We all can run the football. And that'll be a free 5 yards. And right now, the Panthers are getting nickel and dimed, and now already frustration starting to set in. I think they expected a quick 3 and out in their offense to get the ball. And now, if you're Okechobee, this is why this offense is so good, is if you can keep Space Coast essentially bored. Because that's essentially what that is. The players this drive feels longer than it should be. They're getting frustrated already. You get a kid jumps offsides, it's free 5 yards. Guess what? You get another 2 or 3 yards here. Now you're dealing in 2nd and short. And there's the quarterback right up the middle. The quarterback just might have picked up another 1st down. Yes, he did. The Bulls it actually might be Mackay Newkirk Newkirk might be I believe is the quarterback right now for the Bulls, and he is running this efficiently. Looking, picking 2-3 yards a pop. I like it. I had a football coach that said, boys, if you give me 2.5 a pop, you give me 2.5 yards every run, I'm happy. 2.5 times 4, that's over 10. And boom, there you go. Another simple handoff, and it gets another couple of yards. That's number 6 there on the carry. That's Makai Newkirk. But a penalty, and when you run this offense, when you go this very run-heavy I formation, halfback belly, fullback belly type of, fullback dive type offense, you need to stay on schedule. You can't get behind the chains because that throws off the rhythm of the offense. 2nd and 14 now for the Lil Brahms. And there's the now screen to number 3. Number 3 doing a good job keeping both hands on the football. Jamal Futch on the reception, and he gets some yardage back. I'd like to thank Natwick Insurance for stepping up and continuing to power the Brevard Sports Network. Third and 9 from the 29-yard line. .5:45 left in the first quarter, and you know what? Again, this is how you keep the game in distance. There's the toss. And great blocking and great pursuit there. Swallowed up number 41 on the tackle for the Panthers. That's going to be David Alice. Alice coming up and making the play. Fourth and 8 here. They got to convert. They're going to spread it out here. Quarterback fires. He's got a man one-on-one. Incomplete. Turnover on downs on the Panthers. And look, I'll say this: the penalty is the only thing that hurt him there. When you go that run heavy offense, the penalty is the only thing that hurts you. And the Little Brahms are playing the type of offense you need to. If you feel the team, Space Coast can score quickly on you, what do? You make the offense sit and watch the game just like any fan. But you need to come up with some sort of points if you're going to be able to, execute that. Now, again, I counted 15. There's 15 members on their roster. There's the handoff. And he'll pick up a couple of yards. Officially on this roster, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 19 people officially on the roster. Huh? Oh, the cam. Yeah. And there he goes. Good night, Irene. Touchdown, Space Coast. And there's a 60-plus yard touchdown run. And I think that's number 13. Colton Bronzovich. Colton Bronzovich. And it's 6-0 pending the extra point from the Panthers. And flags come flying in. False. It's going to be a false start. Oh, encroachment on the defense. So we'll replay the point. Give it to the fullback, and that time the little Brahms did a good job getting in there and fighting. Keep him out of the end zone. There's a squib, and the Brahms touched it. And they get it back and almost had themselves a speedy recovery. Patricia Ebanks says, let's go number 22 for the little Brahms. So let's go ahead and give number 22 a shout out. That's Charles Wilson. Shout out from Patricia Ebanks. And here comes the little Brahms. First and 10 from the 49-yard line. And once again, play being stopped due to whistles and or flags. Well, what I think happened is he tried to snap it, and the ready for play whistle, the white hat wasn't in place. So white hat's like, no, wait. Offset eye gives it to number 22. Number 22 gets slung down in the backfield. That was number 41 on the carry, or on the tackle. Number 41, David Alice, turns around and got himself a hit in the backfield. Emma Lee says, let's go, Space Coast. Sends a man in motion, and there's another penalty flag. False start on the offense. Rayshawn Brown throwing up the Panther colors. Laura Morgan Goyan also giving her shout out to number 22, Charles Wilson. Sends a man in motion. Out of the gun. Now they're going to give it a swing pass. Makes a move. Makes a defender miss, and might have gotten a yard or two on the play. It's going to be number 6 on the carry, or on the catch. That's Makai Newkirk with the reception out of the backfield. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and long. Fires. He's got an open receiver. Ball comes out. And that's going to be a fumble recovery by Space Coast. With 1:56 left to go here in the first quarter. And what started out as a promising start for Okechobee has started to fall apart here. Turnover on downs inside the red zone, and then that one you had a catch, had a shot to pick up a first down, and on the first hit the ball gets punched out. Quarterback in the gun, calls for the snap, hands off right up the middle, and he'll be chopped down. It's number, I believe it's number 12. Check that. Actually, I do believe that was number 13, Colton Bronzovich. And they'll give it to him again right up the middle. And that'll be enough for a Space Coast Panther first down. That time, that was number 7 on the carry. That's Kimon Curry. First and 10, and there he goes. Whoop! Number 21 picking up. That'll be a first down carry. Number 21, Corey Stokes, with a first down run. And a timeout. Again, with this timeout, we'd like to take time to thank our sponsors, Zone 6, the Zone 6 Reaper 7v7. Let me go ahead and put their flyer up. If you want to join 7v7, or maybe your interest is more flag football, the Zone 6 Reapers is the organization you need to come visit. There, if you click the QR code in the middle of your screen, that will take you to the website where you can register for the 7v7 or the flag football season. Ask them questions. Visit www.z6reapers.com or text Coach Lojo at 304-615-6029. Again, that's the Zone 6 Reapers. Flag football, 7v7. It's all coming up, and you don't want to miss it. Fires. He's got a man and overthrows his receiver. Quarterback overshot his receiver just a little bit. That was number 77. I don't have a 77, so that can't be. Maybe it was number 17. Jair Stevens. Number 21 on the carry. That's Kying Wilson. There he goes. That was Tanya's radio that she left up here. Yeah. And again, another big, and just another back. Switches the back over to the side. This should be the final play of the first quarter. Quarterback's going to take it on his own. Makes a man miss. That's number 5. There is a flag on the play, number 5. Jackson Plecky. Jackson Plecky on the quarterback run, and this call is going to bring the run back. Holding on the offense. So it's going to make it 1st and 20. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we're start of the second quarter here. And goodness gracious, they sent the house. And look at that young athlete go. That's number 72. I don't have a 72. So I'm going to go ahead and switch the scoreboard. All right, so they are and there's an offsides. And look at that. A young man who committed the penalty, who committed the false start, just made himself do push-ups on the field. That's awesome. That's how you know he's being coached the right way. Immediately took accountability. Yep, it was me. Get up, did the knuckle push-ups, get back ready to go. I like it. And he'll give it right up the middle. And goodness gracious, spinning, continuing to move the pile is that running back. And that's Brunzovich, again, continuing to do his work straight up the gut. And trying to go fast, and a timeout called by the Lil Brahms with 9:01 left to go here in the second quarter. And so with that timeout, again, we like to give a shout out to Natwick Insurance and Uber Zotti. What? And there's the handoff, and Bronzovic finds open room, slipping and sliding. Bronzovic into the end zone. Touchdown! Space Coast Panthers. $8:49 left until halftime. Meet us in Winter Haven. Jordan Sibley says, meet us in Winter Haven. That's where the Super Bowls are located, in Winter Haven. All right. So here we go now for the point after. Fires a shot, one-on-one. He's got it. Touchdown. That's number 17 on the reception. Jair Stevens with the 2-point reception. And it's now 14-0. That's right. All 5 levels. So far, right now, it looks like 12U will be joining the other 4. Oh my goodness! Wow, that kid just got put in a washing machine. He just went turn and turn and turn to the ground. There's the handoff, and that defensive line is already starting to wear down on that offensive line. That offensive line, Colton's kicking. All right. 2nd and 12 here. And Okechobee, little swing route out of the backfield, and number 6 takes a hard hit. Number 22 came in and finished that one off. That's Oliver Wallace. Comes in and .7:30 left to go here in the second quarter. Look at that. Tried a little misdirection end around, and it got stopped pretty quickly. Drop back to pass. Steps up, fires. He's got a man, and it's almost caught. He almost had a touchdown. Couldn't see the number on that receiver, but he almost had himself a big touchdown there. But that was fourth down, and it's a turnover on downs. And the Space Coast Panthers will take over on offense. Drops, and it's going to be a now screen. Makes a man miss. Down the sideline, pushed out of bounds. It's number 17. Jair Stevens again with another big reception and another big play, yards after catch. Fires to the check down, cuts back inside, continues fighting, and he'll be taken down. 5.5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. As you can see up on the Uberzati BSN scoreboard, it's 14-0. Swings it out. Back, he's bouncing off tackles, breaks away, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. That's number 16. Jackson. Spin move, and he'll be short of the point after. That's Michaelovic Jackson Jr. It's 20. It's 20-0. It was 14 before, right? Oh, okay. So I added the wrong. Okay. 19-0 Okechobee. .457 left to go. Are you kidding me? Did Space Coast really just recover that? No, they didn't. I thought they recovered that. 19-0 Space Coast Panthers on top. 4:54 left to go here in the second quarter. There's the handoff, and look at him go. Okechobee starting to build something of an offense here. And look at that. He's got some wide open room, and there's a tackle made by number 17. Jair Stevens makes the tackle, and there's a down Brahms on the play. And player is jogging off under his own power, so he'll be fine. And there's the handoff, and again, the Brahms look like they've found a little bit of an offense. I mean, they're going right up the middle on this Panthers squad. It's a short gain on the play. And there's another injured player on the play. It's a Space Coast Panther that was on the field, but he's up walking off under his own power. Play action. Quarterback will take a sack. That pocket collapsed right around him. Just under 3 minutes and a timeout called by the Brahms. $2:57 left to go until halftime. Again, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Zone 6 Reapers, 7v7 and Flag Football, Natwick Insurance. We'd also like to thank Uberzati. We'd like to thank Orange Pest Control, Florida Breeze. Many different sponsors that help Brevard Sports Network keep doing what we do all day, every day, and sometimes on Sundays. Quarterback rolls out, fires, and intercepted. Oh, okay, they're going to say it was an incomplete. They're going to say he didn't have possession. One or 2:12 left to go in the 2:21. Okay, I'm trying to read it backwards off the glass. So another incomplete pass. So that'll be a turnover on downs. Panthers will take it, and there's a Brahms player down. And you know, now the Brahms player, he's getting up, and thankfully he's able to walk off under his own power. Walking a little gingerly, but on his own power. So good going. Yeah. 138, I think. Fires. Incomplete. That was a big time pass by the quarterback. Number 8 is that guy. So are we talking Tracy Brother, or are we talking Marcel Kidd? Drops back to pass. Takes off running. Brought down from behind. He'll pick up a couple of yards, but it'll bring up third down. And a timeout taken. Minute 38 left till halftime. Coming up at halftime, just like the rest of the day, absolutely nothing. So here we go. Third and 8 here. Third and 7, actually. 1:03 left to go into the half. Fires, it's caught. Makes a man miss, and he's going to hit his head on the goalpost. 20, 10, touchdown, Space Coast Panthers. Great throw on the slant by the quarterback. And he just took it. He just said, I got somewhere to go. Excuse me. Pardon me, coming through. And it's 25-0 as they now go for the point after. Huh? Yeah. Panthers going for the point after in the wishbone. Gives it there to number 1, who slides right in. It's Aiden Weaver. Weaver gets in for the point after. So it's 26-0. 43 seconds left to go here in the first half. And unfortunately, another player is down with an injury. Again, look, you're playing with 15, 16 players. I mean, sometimes it's just exhaustion. I mean, you're exerting yourself. You're giving everything you can try. And sometimes it's the body giving out. You know, cramping. It could be a lot of things, and it's just, again, The Lil Brahms came in, like I said, I counted 15 players, maybe 16, if I miscounted. It's hard to play a game, especially at the youth level, because the youth game is so fast. So fast, a lot of it's a very up-tempo. It's hard. And he's now back and walking off under his own power. And there's another run, and wait a minute. Cuts back inside, and he's brought down. So the clock will stop to reset the change. 29 seconds left. That'll be a Lil Brahms first down. 25 seconds. And they're coming back with the end around. Nobody's out there. He's got a lane. Number 3 finally pushed out of bounds. That'll stop the clock. Jamal Futch. Oh, really? Oh, well, all right, here we go. We run the clock, and 3. Well, okay. Going back to that reverse. There's a pass, and it's batted away, and we're at halftime, folks. All right, I'll be back in about 10 minutes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the final half of football, for me anyways, is upon us. This has been a great day of football. I'm thankful for everyone who has stopped by and come said hello, hung out with me, enjoyed this football. If you still have a craving for football, I would highly suggest after this game, you head on over to the ACYAA. Stay here on the Brevard Sports Network. Alan Slaughterzinski will have the 14U Cocoa Tigers and the 14U Vero Beach Fighting Indians on the Brevard Sports Network. 14U, that is going to be a showdown. And the little Brahms tried to... I like the spunk of the little Brahms. They said, are we outmatched? Are we outnumbered? Yes. Are we outgunned? Absolutely. But we're still going to give you everything we got. They're coming out at halftime, tried a small little onside kick. Hey, I'll tell you, that first drive had me convinced that, well, we could have a game. I mean, they were running the football down Space Coast's throat. And then once they went for it on fourth down and missed it, the wheels kind of came off the apple cart. Bronzovich has had a phenomenal day. I believe two touchdowns. Could be three. If I lost count, I apologize. But this Space Coast Panther team, I would hate to want to run into this squad, and that's an offsides on Okechobee. So it'll be 1st and 5 on the 45-yard line. Swings it, and there's a catch. Makes a move towards the middle, trying to find some blockers. Runs into his own blocker, and he'll be taken down, but not before having a Space Coast Panther first down. Drops back. He's trying to set up a screen. And look at that. Now he's going to turn and run. Now he's got a wall of blockers. And probably could have read that block better and cut inside. But nonetheless, he's still taken down and picked up a Panthers first, or close to a Panthers first down. And he says, wind that clock. Yeah, he gave the rolling arm. And he goes for the swing pass, and this time now he'll cut back up. Incomplete. He, in the midst of getting hit, he was trying to get rid of the ball and throw it away. It's going to bring up second down, third down. So on a day that is a history-making day for the Space Coast Panthers, they will take 5 teams to the Super Bowl next week or 2 weeks? Next Sunday. And look at that. Ball's on the ground. And look at the fight by the little Brahms. It'll be fourth down. A big loss there. again, I love the fact that Chobe just won't stop fighting. Pumps up, makes a man miss. He'll be stopped short of a first down, and that's not something you want to see. The quarterback getting up a bit gingerly on that leg. That's not something if you're the Space Coast Panther. Now, okay, not that you ever want to see an injury, but with playing the Super Bowl next week, that's really something you don't want to see. So it'll be a turnover on downs, and it will be the Space Coast Panthers playing defense now as the little Brahms. Time to see what they brought to the second half on their first possession of offense. There's the handoff, and there you go. As the clock runs, 6.5 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. There's a handoff to the fullback. The fullback going straight ahead. And running back was hesitant to take it because there were Panthers in the backfield, and Panthers defense swarms up nice and tight. Brahms in the gun, trying to escape the pressure. And they ripped it out. It's a strip. And that will be first and goal for the Panthers. The quarterback was trying to fight out of two. There were two defenders that had him wrapped for a sack. The quarterback was still fighting. And as the quarterback was still fighting, the third Panther came up, ripped the ball out of the quarterback's hands, and proceeded to return it. He ripped it out of his hands, and now it's first and goal inside the 5-yard line for Space Coast to try to officially make it a running clock. Oh, because it's 28, right? No. I'm saying the running. Oh, 24 is a running clock. Okay, I didn't even know that. Well, god dang. Boof. I did not know that at all. See, and that's just another number. This year I've covered four different leagues here in Brevard County. I've covered Pop Warner, ACYAA, MFFCC, and now MFYC. And that one is into the end zone. Touchdown, Space Coast Panthers. So in the MYFC, it's 24 points as a running clock. All right. Handoff. Trying to go for the point after, and it's no good. So 32-0 here in the third quarter. .440 left to go here in the third quarter. 32-0, Space Coast on top. Of course, in the MYFC, as I found out earlier today, the running clock does not truly officially begin until the fourth quarter, unless said something by the coach. Unless the coach says, "Hey, we can start it early." So, and there's a little chip. Trying to get to the outside, and unfortunately running backwards is not going to help the cause. Drop back to pass. Steps up, fires. He's going to take a shot. What a completion. Beautiful pitch and catch. Number 3 was on the reception there for the Brahms. It's Jamal Futch. Lil Brahms said they're not going quietly. Oh, and that's a backwards pass. And tell you what, someone just got thrown by that quarterback. That quarterback said, "I'm not about to be your easy target. You better try somebody else." Hey, look, I don't mind the quarter. Look, I'm already losing. You're not about to take a cheap shot on me and think you finna get away with it. My season's done. You want to take a cheap shot at me? I'll throw you. I'm not saying violence is okay, but I'm just saying I'm a quarterback. You're not about to take a cheap shot at me. I've already thrown the ball away, and you've tried to come take a crack back at me. No, sir. And kids throwing around a ball. A ball is rolled onto the field. And hey, Coach, take that free football. Footballs are expensive. And there's the swing pass. Number 5 trying to make a move, and look at that. He's found some running room, and he's dishing out hits as he's continuing to run down, finally being brought down. Number 5 is Camion Brody. Yep, and there we go. There's a QB sneak, and that'll be enough for a Brahms first down. Coming up on 1:30 left to play here in the third quarter. And here we go. Send it. There's the handoff, and the Panthers defensive line. There's that. There's a little sportsmanship. The Panthers trying to help the running back up to his feet. I like it. 28 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. There's the handoff, and there's the tackle. 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Hold him back. Yeah. And there's the final play of the third quarter with your score. Space Coast Panthers 32, Lil Brahms 0. As we head to the fourth quarter here on the Brevard Sports Network. All right, set to begin the fourth quarter, and the clock has begin a running. And who stepped first? I think that's going to be a false start on the offense. Look, for Space Coast, this is a history-making night for them. The first time they've ever taken all 5 divisions to the Super Bowl, and that's what's going to happen next Sunday out at Winter Haven, if the information I'm being told has been correctly relayed. Oh, look at that double reverse. I like it. He's got some blockers in front of him. Still fighting off defenders. I love it. What have you got to lose? Let's have some fun, boys. But, congratulations to all the board members of Space Coast. Look, they've gone through a rebranding and a rebuilding of this program, and they've truly put in a lot of hard work. And to see it to start to come to fruition. Last year they took 4 teams to the Super Bowl. This year they're taking 5 teams. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty special to watch another league budding in the competitive nature that is youth sports here in Brevard County. I mean, think about it. There are 4 different leagues in Brevard County. And at last count that I had from myself and Billy Palmer, there are, I think, 18, no, somewhere between 18 and 21 different youth leagues youth football leagues in Brevard County. And there's a nice run. And that just, that tells you how competitive Brevard County is when it comes to, people starting up leagues and whatnot. Now, if you're some might argue it's a little too many, and the talent gets spread a little too thin. But that's not the discussion I'm trying to have right now, at least. The focus of the conversation is, the Space Coast Panthers. They're taking 5 teams to the Super Bowl next Sunday in Winter Haven. There's the handoff up the middle, and there he goes. Just continuing to just pound it right up the middle. Huh? And there's another free 5 yards. There we go. Still fighting forward. He may be one of the smallest on the field, but he's got one of the biggest hearts. And there we go. There's another touchdown. Space Coast Panthers. And the point after is good. And it's 30. Wait, what? What? Why is it? Oh, it's 39. There we go. I was. $39-0. Space Coast on top, and again, just congratulations to both teams for making it this far. Look, when it comes to the Brahms, look, they've obviously probably had a small roster all season, and so they have fought their way up here. They have fought their way up and down, back and forth. Three minutes left in the game. And look at that. And we'll get a chance to see the Brahms offense one more time. 2:48 and counting. Again, for the Brahms, for them to make it here is pretty awesome. You made it to a conference championship, and unfortunately you've run into a team that was a bigger team and a more physical. I don't even know more physical. It's just you get worn down. You have 15, maybe 16 players. Linemen going both ways. It is tough. Well, and some out there might say, well, Caleb, a lot of teams have guys that go in both ways. Yes, but let me say this, and look at that. Look at that. I mean, look at the fight they still have. But let me say this: it's easier to go both ways if you need to. You can tap, hey coach, I need a substitution for one play, so I can get a drink of water, or whatnot. It's hard when you're forced to go both ways, knowing that you can't really tap your head and say, coach, I need an out.
Usually when you're forced to go both ways, you don't have the extra kids behind you.
Correct. Right. And there's when you have the kids behind you, you can say, hey, coach, can I take one or two plays out, get a drink of water, and come right back in? It's no problem. But when you're forced to go both ways, and that's a lot of mental strain, that's a lot of physical strain on a body. So, again, for the Brahms to make it to this point, it's an accomplishment in itself. They've run into a really good Space Coast team right now. And, again, Space Coast is on a history-making season. And I am so grateful that they have brought BSN out here to broadcast their conference championships. Bada boom. I'll say this. I'll say this. Currently, we've not been asked to do the Super Bowls. So if someone wants to call in with a business sponsorship, I'm sure we're open to talks. Fires. It's caught. He caught it. That's a completed pass. Maybe the final play of the game, but what a completed pass. What a throw. What a catch. Oh, my goodness. What a way to end this one. And the Space Coast Panthers will get the sweep and send all five levels of the organization to the Super Bowl. Thank you for all the great hospitality from the staff at the Space Coast Panthers. Thank you to everyone who came on the broadcast and hung out with me. Folks, it has been a joy. It's been a blast. But at last, it's time to get some rest. Folks, on behalf of everyone at BSN, on behalf of everyone who's been here today, I'm Downtown Caleb Brown. Thanks for hanging out with me, and let's continue to make this weekend a great sports weekend. Have a great night, everybody.